Happy Valentine's Day. Sometimes you just want an easy mode craft. Sometimes you don't want to spend weeks on a project. Sometimes you want to just get messy and see a result. What do you guys think? I printed out Terry the tortoise and I'm tracing him with a number 2 pencil. And once I have him traced, then I rubbed him onto some craft foam. This is just EVA craft foam. And then I took a ballpoint pen and I traced around, and you can see that it is creating an indentation wherever I'm drawing. I'm pushing pretty hard and I go over each area a couple of times. We're making stamps out of craft foam. So this is going to be a Terry the Tortoise stamp. I did a couple of experiments and it works really, really well. You can get quite a bit of detail, but you have to make sure that you don't have too much detail in one area, or it kind of just squishes all of the foam down and you end up with a gap in your print. So we're gonna make the stamp and then we're going to put paint on it and then we're gonna stamp it. But this is the first step. So for Terry, I traced him with the pen and then I'm making thank you cards. So I wrote out the words, kind of a rough version of the words. And then I cut everything out. If you're doing words, then you've gotta plan ahead and do them backwards so that they print forwards. So in this case, since it's just craft foam, I could draw it right way around and then cut it out. And then once they were cut out, I just flipped them over and made sure that I glued them down backwards. So here I am gluing it to a chunk of foam core. I used some foam core just to give it kind of a nice sturdy base behind it. Whoa. So I glued down all the pieces.
That looks weird.
Because it's backwards. Yeah, it does look weird. You can use the craft foam stickers that you can find just about anywhere. You could use those. You can just cut out random shapes. The beautiful thing is if you wanted to art and you don't feel super confident about drawing, you can just do what I did and trace it with a soft pencil and just rub it onto the craft foam. This is super fancy. It's a plastic bag with a piece of paper inside, and I'm using it as the paint palette. I'm using a foam brush and I make sure that it's covered completely. The foam brush has a nice even coating over the whole thing, but that it's not too wet. You don't want any blobs of paint. You want to make sure it's a nice even coating on the brush so you can get a nice even coating on the stamp. And then if you have any places that are having trouble printing that keep getting full of paint and not registering properly, you can scrape them out with a pencil before you stamp. And that's what it looks like after stamping. So now the girls and I are going to make some more stamps. What you making, Ty?
So it's just me with a heart.
We're doing Valentine cards. So you've got you with a heart. You have the perfect style for this kind of thing because it's super simple and none of your lines are super close to each other. Nice and clean. What are you drawing, Sam?
I'm drawing a fish holding a heart.
A fish holding a heart. It's so cute.
With the little heart bubbles.
I love it. I'm doing a robot with a heart balloon. Robots with heart balloons are pretty common, I think. It's a thing for some reason for Valentine's Day. There's always robots and heart. Maybe because it's so darn cute. So we drew them on in pencil really lightly and then traced them with the ballpoint pen to get the indentation and then cut them out in the shape that we wanted to and then glued them onto the foam core. Sam's is already glued down. You did too. You were super fast and you did too.
When you glue it down, the glue just kind of like...
You can see the pattern through the foam. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Yeah, I was making sure when I glued them down that I lined it up with a kind of a straight side of the foam core if I cared about which was the top of a thing so that I could line it up when I flipped it over easily. That only matters if it matters. If you have something like the robot, he could be tipped any direction and I don't think it matters. For Terry the tortoise and for the words, it kind of mattered that it be straight. So I made sure that my foam core piece was straight. So here it is again. You use the foam brush, you put your fingers behind it so that it's supported, and you just get a nice even coat. That's why we're using the plastic bags, is so we could spread it out and get a nice even coverage on the foam brush. And then if you get any on the foam core, then you can wipe that off before you flip it over, and that way you won't take the risk of it stamping. And then we used a book in a plastic bag to weigh it down and sort of give consistent pressure across the whole stamp. It worked really well. So we have this this book that's inside of a gallon Ziploc bag. So fancy. Yay, so here's the stamps after all of our stamping action. We made a bunch of Valentine's cards and some thank you cards. There's your worm based on your little, what are those called?
Worm on a string.
Worm on a string. Tyler's. These turned out so cute. And you can color them after you stamp them. You can write words around them, like the space ones. I'm gonna write, "You're out of this world." You need to come up with something clever to put on the robot ones. This is our second project, another easy mode craft. I saw the new Squeaks puppet on SciShow Kids. Squeaks is the mouse puppet, and in the last 6 months, they've got a new puppet, and he's wearing safety goggles, and it looks to me like a whiteboard, and I saw it, and I thought, oh, we should do whiteboard eyes. I mean, it's the weirdest thing, the way brains work. Brains are weird, you know? So I drew some glasses and some circles and printed them out, and then cut them out and stuck packing tape on them on the front and the back, and then cut them out so that we could stick them all over the house and make our trash cans and toilet paper rolls expressive. So
it's funny.
The same process for all of these. The circles are just eyeballs. The glasses are glasses. The eyeballs are a little trickier to emote because with the glasses, you could have like a closed eye, you can have winking eyes, and it works really well. But the eyeball is sort of already an eyeball, so it's harder to make it look like it's doing other things. But the glasses and the goggles were super easy.
One of the things I just kind of filled in the top.
Yeah, I tried that too.
To make the eye look
like make an eyelid. Yeah, I tried that too. And sometimes it worked and sometimes it didn't. Aww. I feel like maybe if Audrey 2 had glasses, she'd be more friendly. There's a good place to put it. Tyler's bread pillow with the crazy eyes. Tyler likes drawing crazy eyes. You got a thing for the crazy eyes.
Yeah.
Disturbing.
Look at the flamingo.
Yeah, the flamingo on your Among Us character that you made.
He's like, whoa!
This one's one of my favorites. The eyes on this dog that you did. So cute.
You can see the one that I did the eyelid on the...
You added eyes to your, bigger eyes to your simple.
Some tete.
There's your flamingo. And look at this girl with her happy shines. Sad soup.
He's scared. He doesn't want you to
noodle, the double is like curving down, so it looks sad too. This one's going, oh! Here we have our scientist because Squeaks is a scientist. So this is inspired by the original inspiration puppet. There's Ty's suspicious doggo.
He's just like, what?
What? The coffee maker looks like it's smiling. And then the whole row of cans of soup, you open the cupboard and there they are, looking at you. And then this is just, easy to erase and make a new expression.